And I sat across my desk and fought back tears probably for 15 minutes, and my heart was pounding on the inside of my chest, and I was fully engaged to every word that Jerome was sharing with me that day. And I remember Jerome would come in, Rob would come in, and they would just listen to me talk. They would just listen to me share my heart. They wrote a lot of notes, and I was always amazed at weeks later when Jerome would literally verbatim say back exactly what I'd said 3 weeks before in a meeting. I knew instantly that he was listening to every word, and I knew that his desire was really to serve us and to serve the vision that God had put in our heart, as they understand the heart of a youth pastor.
You start to follow up and learn their stories, learn their parents' names, learn their friends, learn their video game, learn their Call of Duty. What is it that makes them tick? And this doesn't happen with death by sermon.
I remember the very first training session we did, we broke up into groups, and we actually went through what a small group or Get Rooted group would look like. And I remember sitting around with my Get Rooted group, and my leaders, my adult leaders in their 30s and 40s, had a difficult time getting through the session because they were crying.
Dance, monkey, dance, do the thing, whatever, you know, throw it, juggle, do something, Pastor Shane, please. We need something new and exciting. How many things have we started and never finished? It's truly acts in action. You have to believe that. Get Rooted or any discipleship will never work unless we work. There's a website portal for you guys and the kids. They have the roots on it, they have videos on it, they have Get Rooted.
I learned a ton about how to, listen to the kids and how to react with them. And
Working with the Soundsgood team is they have thought about every possible detail that I would need to make the event happen. They helped us strategize, they helped us market the event in such a way that it was easy to implement. Everything was provided for us. Logos, graphics, motions, it was all there. Everything was done with the spirit of excellence.
God, we thank you that you are a faithful Father, Lord God, and you have a plan, Lord God.
I want to pray in these next moments for increased urgency in our lives, that things would fall off as we run to the King, as things would begin.
Soundsgood came and helped us set up. They actually helped us tear down.
The monitor, is that what I can get out of it?
That they come back stronger, bigger. Call your children tonight. Redeem your people tonight.
Prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Amen.
Everybody, let me see your hands. We're going to have some fun tonight. All right? All right, that's good. That's good. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Slap loose. Can you bounce like that? Hey, 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 hey. Come on, jump like this, come on.
Tonight was
was really life-changing. Like, it really spoke to me in a way that I never really seen God be spoke to me before.
I was blown away with the talent, to be honest.
The concert actually impacted my life a lot.
Check this. Drop it like this, yeah. I seek your words every impulse concern me and unlock the door from.
He was so energetic.
When he was beatboxing, that was probably the most wild part.
I'm gonna need a kick like. I need a snare like. I need a hi-hat. I need to just flip it like.
When he sings, I feel like he's singing to me. That's me, but I just can't tell anybody. And when I listen to that song, I can just really let go.
When I go to hang out with friends at parties and that, there's always the drugs and the alcohol.
Depression, anger, just everything a teenager deals with. I mean,
I've had to deal with depression and self-harm.
I get bullied a bit, so that I'm not good enough and I shouldn't actually be here. And I don't know, I usually get called fat and stuff.
Most of the songs like I'm Not a Robot, Facing the Crowd, songs like that help you to realize that like you're more than what you think that you are. Like God has a great destiny for you.
And that's actually pretty big nowadays, like kids in school getting pregnant.
Change your life. What you saw was, in that music video, Judgment Day, is there was a case.
The message I liked was the briefcase one where we all sat down.
And see, love speaks truth.
This represents the lie that we all have. It's a three-letter word. Nobody likes to talk about it anymore. And the three-letter word is so real. It's been here for so long. In fact, you were born with it. And the three-letter word is not called sex. The three-letter word is called sin. See, it's a lie that your generation doesn't understand the gravity and the weight that you guys will face judgment.
And sin separates us from God. But the good news is this, that God loves you so much that He sent Jesus. You will face a penalty one day. There will be eternal judgment. There will be a judgment day. And Jesus drank that cup. Clear tonight, I want to make this very clear. He died publicly a gruesome death for sin.
Yeah, the gospel was shared in a very clear and concise way.
You could go a whole week and no one would talk about that at school. They wouldn't talk about it in your life. So you're dead forever. It's a very serious topic.
Far outweighed my expectations.
When He throws it into the river represents the blood of Christ. See, people, when they hear the story about Jesus, they think they come into church. Let me tell you, this is not about church. This isn't about a building. This is about a relationship with a real person and a real God. People don't understand. It was religious leaders who killed Jesus. So don't be deceived by the lie, young people, that God is this foreign mystic thing or this genie only for your grandparents. God is for you. And in fact, He's calling young people that will rise up and make their life count, that have purpose, that are dreamers, that aren't robots, that understand they're broken and they understand their condition. And they want to give it up to the Lord. The individual, he understood that, throws it in the river, says, I can't take it anymore.
70% of our students probably have never been to church on a Sunday morning.
My gross brokenness, because on my best day, get this, on your best day, the best you've ever done, the Bible says your righteousness, or the good things you do, is but filthy rags to the Lord. Better than any game, better than any story, better than any book or movie I've ever seen was I heard about an individual that was born of a virgin, lived a sinless life, who sat with the person no one else would, who healed the person that no one cared about, who gave to the person no one cared about, who saw women that were confused and broken, and He restored them, defended them. We're like, the gospel's worth everything. Not because I'm scared of hell, but rather because He's the best. He's worthy.
And the key component is this, it's by faith. You have so much faith you might not even realize that. You had faith when you got in your car that your car was going to work. You had faith that the light would work. You have faith right now that the building won't fall apart. You have faith when you open your school books that the material you read is actually truth. You have so much faith and you're putting it out there. Can you hear God call you tonight? And say, by faith you can receive me. See, we love because God first loved us. And maybe you've never heard the words, I love you. Maybe you've never felt the love and the care and affection. Maybe you're like the story of the face in the crowd where you've been abused or you're involved in some craziness tonight.
I would be called fat. In other words that I don't want to say.
When he started explaining the briefcase, I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then like he got more deep into it, and I was like, I really understand this, so I'm gonna take that briefcase and just let it go.
That briefcase can be filled with anything, all your sins. And when he said that, kid just looked inside of it and he was disgusted of what he saw in there and he wanted to get rid of it and he just threw it off that bridge.
It's exactly what they said, is we're carrying around a suitcase, it's just sin.
In my head I'm like, yes, finally somebody who understands what I'm going through.
I really love the whole case preaching thing. Like, I've never heard of it, like, actually say it like that.
He had the attention of the whole room, and the response was huge.
Connected to the music, and then the altar call, they responded, and it was really great to see.
I don't know anybody else who would really die for me.
And it was obvious to the students who responded that that was just the beginning of the rest of their life.
The opportunity right now to turn back. Guess what? It's going to be dangerous. It could cost your life. It could cost you friends. In some places, in some countries, right now, this message is a 6-month death sentence. I give you my case. I give you my sin. Because tonight is just a moment. It's just a concert. It's not what it's about. It's about you growing in God, because when you leave this place, there's a storm coming.
When the CDs were given to our students, it really sent a picture that they're valuable, that they matter. To take something that's expensive, something that looks incredible, and then give it to them free of no charge, no strings attached, I think it said to our students that they were valuable and they mattered, and that God really did have a plan for their life.
We're going to give you free music. We're going to help you grow.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on my iPod as soon as I get home and listen to it every day.
When I walk in my bedroom, my CD player is going on. Like, it's probably not going to change for a couple months.
You should listen to this, dude.
I was blown away by the follow-up after the concert. The whole Soundsgood team, Jerome, they came back, they got on the phones, we called students, we explained the launch, invited them back for Get Rooted. Never had a band come back in service in the way that Soundsgood did the night of the Get Rooted launch. Inspired our students to continue to grow deep roots in Jesus Christ and not just settle for the experience they had at the concert, but that really they had an opportunity now to grow deeper in Jesus like never before.
I think I'm definitely gonna get rooted.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get rooted.
The vision that they had for discipleship was so huge.
It says got milk. You know, they got the milk on their mustache. Tonight it says got roots. You have roots. Seed was the gospel. It was the good news of Jesus. It's why you're back here, hopefully. It's because for all those people that said, I want to accept the challenge, I want to be rooted, I want to make a difference, I want to take this thing seriously. For those that want to grow in God, you now represent a little tiny, small, frail plant with the potential to be a mighty oak tree, and in fact, maybe even produce a mighty forest. You can multiply, but it's going to be very critical where you put your life.
Get Rooted, I can really help my school because my school, I see these struggles every day with drugs, alcohol. We don't have to do that to be cool. We just have to be right with God.
Our joy, and we're trying to find our substance, not from the one who created us. We're trying to find it from these false reflections
and these perversions of these mistakes of who he is. Life storms are coming, and they will happen. Where you have your roots is where you draw your life. I love this quote. It says, winning isn't always finishing first. Sometimes winning is just finishing. As Jesus said the words, it is finished, and he finished for us. Now we can begin in his power. Hebrews 12:2 says, we do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith.
You like baseball, right? If you never went to practice, or you showed up on game day, would you play?
What are you going to do with your tree? Your little plant, whatever you want to call it, your shrub. What are you going to do with it?
Praying more. We're seeing students reading their Bible more. They're texting. They're wanting to know what they can read now. They're very interested in growing deeper in Jesus Christ. And in 10 years, in just the 6 months that we've Get Rooted, I've never seen the fruit that we're seeing just because we're intentional about discipleship and letting students grow deeper in Jesus Christ. I wish every leader understood and got Get Rooted.
I actually have the Soundsgood app, so I listen to my Bible on that.
Encouraging to have other people around me who are also digging deeper.
Actually seeing the kids that went and how changed they were after this concert and going to Get Rooted, and just seeing their life change dramatically was amazing.
Yeah, it's helped me a lot. Reading the Get Rooted book, so it really helps a lot.
I've never been so serious about God in my life. I listen to Robot a lot.
Helps when you get to see these Bible verses and like the lessons that we learn in Get Rooted.
Pray more, read my Bible more, actually get more into God than what I've used to been.
It really became incredibly simple and easy, and I could actually set my eyes and heart on something that for so long seemed too complicated.
Thanks.